Okay, so on this one, again, the crucial issue, let me put the wall of separation with the equal sign, separates the left side from the right side. And then we have fractions with an equal sign. Fractions with an equal sign. So these are fractions, and we have an equal sign. So, right, so what do you do with fractions with an equal sign? Step number one, you got to get rid of those fractions. Basically, when you have fractions with an equal sign, you want to get rid of those fractions because they're messy. We don't want them. So what do we do to make that happen? We multiply all the terms left and right by the LCD over 1. And the LCD is all denominators multiplied together, but no repeats. So as you take a look, we got a 2, a 6, a 6, and a 2. So we're going to multiply those all together, but no repeat. So I'm not going to use the 6 twice, and I'm not going to use the 2 twice. I'm just going to go, 2 times 6 over 1. Same thing here. 2 times 6 over 1. 2 times 6 over 1. And 2 times 6 over 1. Right? Now, if you have, if you're more advanced with fractions and all that stuff, you might know, Mr. Herring, can't we just use 6? Because doesn't 2 go into 6? You're right. You're totally right. That'd be even better. That's technically really the least common denominator, is just the 6. But I found it's hard for students to have something else to worry about. So I just teach this. I found it's easier for students. But yeah, if you had more advanced knowledge and you already know, hey, 6 is the LCD, you're right. Do that. That'll actually be less work in the end. But this will work too. It's not technically the least common denominator, but it'll work. So I just say, hey, just grab them, multiply them together, but just don't have any repeats. Is that making sense? So just a single 2, a single 6 over 1. That's the LCD over 1, 2 times 6 over 1 to all the terms on the left and the right. Okay. And then step 2. Cross cancel. Multiply. Well, cross cancel denoms and multiply the leftovers. So cross cancel the denominators and multiply the leftovers. So 2 cancels 2. What's left over? 1 times 6 times x. 6x. Huh. And here, 6 and 6 cross cancel. What's left over? 1 times 2 divided by 1. That's just 2. 1 times 2 is just 2. The ones don't do anything, right? Multiplying by 1, dividing by 1, that doesn't do anything. 6 cancels. So notice I'm canceling all the denominators. I'm cross canceling every denominator and multiplying what's left over. 1 times 2, that's just, oh, and x. And don't forget the x. 2x, that's important. Plus, we good. And then here, 2 cancels 2. What's left over? 1 times 6, 6. Again, the ones don't do anything. All right. So we're to here. And now, notice we have x right here and here. X on opposite sides. So x is on opposite sides. What do you do about that? Do the opposite. Of either one, doesn't matter. Comma, same to both sides. So if the x's were on the same side, if they were on the very same side, I would just combine it, right? If it was 6x plus 2 plus 2x equals whatever, blah, blah, blah. On the same side, then I would just add these together and go, that's 8x plus 2, right? 6x and 2x, in that case, would just make 8x. right? And the plus 2 would be there also, right? They're on the same side. You just add them up or subtract them or whatever. You just combine them. But if they're on opposite sides, you've got to do the opposite of either one, but do it to both sides. So I'm going to go minus 2x minus 2x, because that's the opposite of this guy, and he's gone. Right? That makes sense. And that leaves me what? What's 6x minus 2x? 4x. And here we just have the 6 because the 2x's are gone. Now we've got x down to one side. You know what to do from here. X and I won't be alone. So subtract 2 from both sides. Boom and a boom. Bring this down. 4x is 4. Last step, divide by 4. Boom. X is 1. And so there's our answer. So again, recapping, when you have fractions with an equal sign, right? Fractions, bunch of fractions and an equal sign, you multiply all the terms left and right by the LCD over 1, where the LCD is just all the denominators multiplied together, but no repeats. You don't use the 6 twice and the 2 twice. Just use a single 2 and a single 6. 2 times 6 over 1, 2 times 6 over 1, 2 times 6 over 1, all the way across. Then you cross cancel the denominators. Notice how every denominator is crossed out, right? So every denominator got crossed out. That's why there's no more fractions. I did the wrong one there. So there's no more fractions. And then multiply whatever's left over. And then we had x's on opposite sides. So we do the opposite. Same to both sides. Opposite of one of them. It doesn't matter which one. But do it to both sides. This cancels and solve for x. There we go.